The movie begins with Post Malone beating the crap out of some bald dude, who appears to be infinitely more fit than him and about twice his body mass, and it's about as convincing as a UFC video game. Also, it's not actually Post Malone, of course. His name is Carter, and apparently he's taking on all comers. We get an awful title card, and Jake's character shows up looking about as jacked as your average UFC fighter. Everybody looks at Carter concerned, asking if he knows who that guy is. He says that he's not fighting that guy, followed by the F word north of 10 times. It's revealed Jake's character's name is Dalton, as he's stabbed by some random dude with a knife, before he flees because Dalton scares him with his smolder. Some woman who came to find Dalton meets with him after he got the money for Carter refusing to fight, and gives him a job offer as a bouncer at her bar, saying that the money he's getting from these amateurs fearing his reputation isn't what he's worth. She throws some jabs at Dalton, mentioning the quality of his car, saying she could get him an upgrade. Dalton says that he likes his car. She gives him her number anyway. Dalton's then woken up at a gas station. I couldn't tell you why. He was just handed a fat stack of cash. Regardless, we get one of the most out-of-left-field suicide attempts ever, and there's no clear reason why. He gets money easily, I guess. Well, now he needs a new car and calls the number he got just a minute ago. We're then introduced to the family that's supposed to be the saving grace of this movie, expected to win you over by the end with wholesomeness, but in my eyes, it's just a terrible actress and a subpar actor. Then the plot of the movie is introduced, which unfortunately is the funniest part of this movie. The Roadhouse is apparently a very sought-after piece of land, wanted by this guy for a resort or something, who's one of the most unintentionally funny actors I've ever seen.
What did I say? I said keep it loose, okay? Hands loose. I get it, it's a little bouncy.
No, I am not joking. That is the villain of the film. And apparently he enjoys getting shaves at the most inconvenient of locations. Terrifying, I know. And honestly, despite how hysterical this fact is, it'd be fine if it just focused on Dalton kicking his ass and sullying his plans, wasting henchman after henchman. But for some reason that's beyond me, in a movie that already could have had 30 minutes shaved off, we needed a big showdown at the end, rather than focusing on Dalton rebuilding his community and dealing with his trauma. This showdown, of course, featuring Knox. Who's Knox? Glad you asked.
Hello, man.
The reason this movie sucks. I had high hopes for Connor's debut. They were thrown into an incinerator by the very first scene he was in.
There's something wrong with you. Me too.
And as the movie progressed, it made the first scene seem Oscar-worthy. This is easily one of the stupidest, goofiest, but most of all, worst performances I've ever seen. I get he's trying to be tongue-in-cheek with his real personality behind the scenes, but then they gave him a lot of lines for some reason.
Got a tip for you. Don't let no one get this close.
Brought all your friends with you?
I can pay per view. Watch me pump your face.
The rest of the movie plays out like so. Dalton vets a few bouncers, the villain continues to send his men to provide us with terrible fight sequences, and Conor McGregor delivers one of the most embarrassing performances ever. In between this, Dalton kills a bunch of people and steals a boatload of cash from a corrupt deputy, eventually delivering it to the family I discussed earlier. The end.